So there is no doubt that the Celtics Jaylen Brown is an outstanding player. This is a guy who is a multi-time All-Star. This is a guy who's been on an All-NBA team. This is a guy who's helped Boston get to the finals. But despite their success, they have never won an NBA championship. They lost in the Eastern Conference Finals 3 times. They lost in the finals last season. So for a storied franchise like Boston, that is not enough. And I think changes need to happen. Jaylen Brown has become the subject of trade rumors. So in today's video, I'm going to let you know what teams make the most sense to trade for him. So guys, be sure you like and subscribe for some of the best NBA content that you're going to find on YouTube. I want to thank Sportskita for the idea on today's video. The link is in the description. And also guys, make sure you stick around for this wild Warriors trade that I have. I have lots of Warriors fans on this channel. So when I was thinking about this trade, originally, I was like, no way. But the more I think about it, yeah, it could actually happen. First though, can you imagine Jaylen Brown on the Milwaukee Bucks? So one possible trade scenario that might completely change around the Bucks involves a trade of Jrue Holiday for Jaylen Brown. I think this deal could result in considerable improvement for both teams. So the Bucks, they're trying to enhance their roster because they were eliminated by Miami in the first round of the playoffs. Nobody thought that would happen. And I think especially if the Bucks don't keep Chris Middleton, then Jaylen Brown is a phenomenal replacement for him. And then for Boston, just imagine a 3-guard lineup of Jrue Holiday, Marcus Smart, and Derek White. No one is scoring on that. Let me know what you think about that trade in the comments. Also, Houston Rockets are a possibility. They're in the process of rebuilding, but that might not be for too long because we've all heard about James Harden making a potential return to Houston. In addition to that, they have a lot of young players who they could put in a Jaylen Brown trade. So imagine Jalen Green, Kevin Porter, and Jae'Sean Tate even throw in loads of picks to make this happen. So then you've got Harden, who you've signed, you've got Jaylen Brown, who you've traded for. That's a solid 1-2 punch. Ime Udoka is the new coach. That's just a couple pieces away from contending. And then I keep coming back to the Atlanta Hawks because that is, after all, Jaylen Brown's hometown. You always want to go home, and the Hawks have an interesting situation with Trae Young, and the Hawks have an interesting situation with Trae Young and DeJounte Murray in the backcourt. I feel like a Trae Young, Jaylen Brown backcourt makes a lot of sense. So a trade involving Jaylen Brown for DeJounte Murray and John Collins, that works contract-wise. Maybe picks are involved. You could even sub DeAndre Hunter for John Collins if the Celtics insisted on that. But with this lineup, I think Boston gets better defensively in the backcourt. John Collins is a good 3rd or 4th option for them. And I also think he'd be a good backup big behind Robert Williams III, who gets injured a lot. And then I like this trade with the Trailblazers as well. And you've heard this. It's all about building around Damian Lillard to make him happy. So if he got a vet like Jaylen Brown on the team, I think that would really help Portland in the Western Conference. So Jaylen Brown for Anthony Simons and the 3rd overall pick in this draft. Simons is a great scorer, really good young player. I think he can still get a little bit better than where he currently is. So this would give Boston a dynamic scorer to pair with Jason Tatum. And then with that 3rd pick, you get somebody like Scoot Henderson or Brandon Miller, and if those guys hit their ceiling, you've got like this Russell Westbrook / Ja Morant / Derrick Rose hybrid in Scoot, and you have a Paul George type of player in Brandon Miller. So this is probably my favorite trade so far. And you've been waiting for it. Warriors fans, I have not forgotten about you. I want to thank Casey at AM Hoops for this trade idea. It is wild. Jaylen Brown to the Warriors, Jordan Poole, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, and Mike Muscala to the Bulls, and Zach LaVine to the Celtics. So I need Bulls fans to tell me if you think this trade is as bad for you guys as I do. The only way it makes sense to me for Chicago is if you really think Jordan Poole and Jonathan Kuminga are going to be more than what they've shown you that they are in Golden State. And I guess if you're looking to make some changes, that's one way to do it. I just don't think that would be the way that I would do it. But I love this trade for the Warriors. It's fantastic. And then I think Zach LaVine in Boston would be so fun to watch. So guys, tell me what you think in the comments. Drop some of your fake trades below. If I'm a Boston fan, there's just no way I'm signing Jaylen Brown to a supermax. There's just too many flaws in his game as a shooter, defender, playmaker, ball handler. I think a supermax contract would be a huge mistake, but maybe you guys can convince me. I don't know. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel for some of the best NBA content you're gonna find on YouTube. Check out some of the other videos that I have on this channel. If you like trade videos, here is another one for you to check out, and I will catch you next time on the Half Court Report.